Controversy is trailing the resolve of the House of Representatives to ensure the National Water Resources Bill becomes law.
The bill seeks to transfer the control of water resources from states to the federal government. It also mandates citizens to get a federal permit to drill boreholes in their homes or businesses.
These clauses have raised a lot of opposition to the bill, even amongst the lawmakers, as those opposed to it say they will ensure the bill does not see the light of day. They say the bill breaches the citizens' right to water. Joining us in the studio is the Executive Director of Socioeconomic Rights and Accountability Project, Adetokunbo Momoni. Thank you for joining us.
No, it'll be good to have you on.
You have to have it on.
Are you comfortable?
That's the problem.
Oh,
you
okay,
have to
sorry.
try, please.
All right. Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, this bill has generated so much controversy, so much so even the lawmakers are divided, and your organization is saying it is taking this to the courts. It's going to test the courts on this. Now, quickly talk to us. What scenarios do you foresee playing out, so much so it's moving your organization to take this step of going to the courts?
Let's look at it from this perspective. I think that it will be the business of the government to provide potable water for the Nigerian people. But if you look at the statistics, you will know that a minimum of 60% of Nigerians don't have these vital resources. Now, citizens on their own now move to drill boreholes in their houses to take care of this very important need. The government is now bringing a legislation to say citizens cannot exercise this right which they have freely, subject to conditions, obtaining of permits. I don't just know what this government wants Nigerians to do. Do they want us to start living in outer spaces so that we won't live in society? When a government embarks on this type of legislation, the government is simply saying this decision does not matter. It is not fair on Nigerian people.
Yeah, but from their own argument, they say it is for coordination. In fact, let me read part of the except. Now, the Water Resources Bill 2020, Section 13 states, let me quote it here, in implementing the principles under subsection 2 of this section, the institutions established under this act shall promote integrated water resources management and the coordinated management of land and water resources, surface water and groundwater resources, river basins and adjacent marine and coastal environment, and upstream and downstream interest. In subsection 2, subsection 1 of the bill says, all surface water and groundwater, wherever it occurs, is a resource common to all people. Now, when it comes to the issue of management and coordination, wouldn't that be seen as a good thing?
No. You see, when you want to manage anything, let us first of all talk about the provision of that thing in abundance for the people. Let the people see that it exists for them to use. Then you can now start talking about an effective management of such resources. You cannot be talking about a management of a thing that you have not provided. If I go my own way, make a borehole in my house to serve me, it is not even for commercial, private use, citizens use. You are not talking about management. It is when you want to manage it, you make provisions for it adequately. But when you have not made provision for it, you cannot be talking about management.
Perhaps this is a way of making sure it is adequately provided for, that it's trying to ensure the safety of the citizen, because there are talks about the environmental issues where people just dig boreholes indiscriminately and then it begins to affect their health. So perhaps this might also be part of the consideration.
Good. If you are talking about indiscriminate seeking of borehole anywhere, that's another matter entirely. You will now be talking about you want to manage water resources in a manner that somebody that has engaged experts to drill borehole for himself will now be subjected to all manners of restrictions. I still don't see how comfortable Nigerian citizens will be with this type of bill. That's the point.
How does this bill, if passed into law, contradict the Land Use Act?
The Land Use Act says the lands all over Nigeria in the various states shall belong to the state government. The Land Act does not even give the power to control land to the federal government. Even if the federal government needs any land, it has to apply to the states where the land is located for such allocation.
Including the water resources?
Exactly.
But the states don't seem to be saying anything at this point.
You see, that is why we should not, when we occupy any strata of government, local, state, and federal, we should know our duties. We should be alive to our responsibilities. That is very, very important, because it is the state that should challenge this law first. But the citizens have a duty to ensure that this law does not get passed.
What scenarios do you see going forward with this issue? Because the point there is, it seems like government is resolute and they want to go ahead after all.
It has passed second reading.
You see, because they have powers to make law, they have the right to do what they think they should do. But citizens also have the right to challenge it in court. We are leading the Nigerian citizens to do so, because we believe that, apart from the fact that it's a violation of the right to life of Nigerian citizens, it is also in conflict with a lot of other rights that are associated with right to use water.
So how far is your organization willing to go to defend the rights of citizens with regards to this?
No, we send an hashtag out now to say if any citizen is interested in joining us to take the matter forward, he should just give us his particulars. You see, we are ready to lead so much of Nigerians that are ready to challenge this legislation. Yes.
Beyond the courts or just within the courts?
Court. No. You see, what the great grandfather in me taught me in my interaction with him is that when you want to fight in a system, use the instrumentalities of the law to do it legally. Because we don't support this Luther continuous scenario where people will now say we are protesting, will start destroying property, and it will not even be in our interest.
All right. It will certainly lead to, it could lead to a breakdown of law and order, especially if it is hijacked by.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Adetukumbo Mumini, for your time on the program. And
it's a pleasure.
We thank you for what you do as well.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Right.